It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Sunday, the 29th of August. I'm Michael Groff. Another toasty day with widely scattered showers and thunderstorms around here this afternoon. Moisture will increase as we get into the week ahead. And by Tuesday and Wednesday, we should see quite a substantial amount of tropical moisture from Nora moving up into Arizona. There are still a lot of questions surrounding where, when, how much, and how long the rain will last. We'll try and figure out some of those details. Plus, we'll talk about those temperatures. They'll be coming down maybe to as much as 20 degrees below average by the middle part of the upcoming week. And on top of everything else going on, we also have a major hurricane about to make landfall on the Louisiana coast. All right, a lot going on. Let's talk about it first. Yesterday, 105 degrees the afternoon high, 88 was the morning low. Pretty close to where we ought to be for this time of year. And as we take a look outside now, here just after 8 o'clock, we've got scattered clouds out there. 88 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point at 61, relative humidity 41%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. The upper air look this morning, our big features of concern. There's Ida in the Gulf. We've got Nora down there just off the mainland Mexican coast, a weak ridge to the east, and a developing trough of low pressure to the west of us. And that's going to help to pull more of Nora's moisture to the north in coming days. Here's the watch warning map. Obviously, we've got those hurricane warnings and storm surge warnings for the Louisiana coast, parts of Mississippi as well. Tropical storm warnings extend inland quite a ways. A tornado watch for southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, Alabama, the western Florida panhandle, and flood watches aplenty down there as well. Elsewhere across the country, things are relatively quiet right now. Here in the southwest, we do have excessive heat warnings for western Arizona, over into parts of southeast California, up into the Mojave Desert, as temperatures are still expected to be quite toasty out there today before we start to cool off as the moisture levels increase. The convective outlook for today, obviously with Ida, we've got that risk of severe storms there for the Gulf Coast. Along and east of that circulation center, could see a few tornadoes. Also a risk of severe storms in the central Great Lakes, much of Michigan included in that. And here in Arizona, we're in the green, so widely scattered thunderstorms are possible. And while no organized severe weather is anticipated, any one storm could be locally severe, producing some gusty winds, some blowing dust, much as what we saw last night. Now, let's talk about the tropics. In the Atlantic, we've got two tropical depressions, numbers 10 and 11, but those are going to stay far, far away from the United States, curving out to sea. There's a couple of other tropical waves that we'll watch for possible development. But the big story is Ida. There it is, just off of the Louisiana coast. And unfortunately, our worst fears with this have come to fruition. This has become an absolute monster of a storm, especially overnight and into the early morning hours. This is the satellite presentation over the last 16 hours. And you can just see that rapid growth. The eye has become much better structured here. The deeper convection, almost symmetrical around the system now as it approaches the coast. And will make landfall in the next few hours. I mean, that is just an unbelievable storm there. And if we take a look at the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center, there it is. Top sustained winds, 150 miles per hour. Will make landfall 16 years to the day after Katrina. This will be just a little bit to the southwest of New Orleans at the point of landfall. So New Orleans may be spared the eye wall, but still hurricane force winds will be possible for at least 12 to 16 hours over southeast Louisiana and parts of southern Mississippi as this continues to move onshore and eventually turn more to the north and the northeast. Here's the radar presentation right now. You can see this is just to the southeast of Grand Isle. And it's moving to the northwest. And again, that eye will stay just to the southwest of New Orleans, but that doesn't mean you're out of the woods. It just means that the absolute worst, the biggest blow that this can give you, will stay just a little bit away from there. But anywhere from New Orleans over to Lafayette and Morgan City and all places in between and around and north of there, still going to catch the brunt of this. And even over to Baton Rouge, you're still going to get some hurricane force winds out of this as it continues to move to the northwest. And along and east of that circulation center, yes, there could be some isolated tornadoes to watch out for. And the other big story with this, this will produce a lot of rain as it slows down. Its forward motion will slow as it comes ashore. So we're talking at least 15, 16, 17 inches of rain possible in some areas across southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi, and even some significant rainfall further north across Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, where they absolutely do not need that much rain. All right, now closer to home on our side of the world, we've got Nora. Certainly not as impressive a storm, but one that we're watching very carefully. This is sitting right along the mainland Mexican coast. We had to use the Goes East satellite instead of the Goes West because there was some interference on that, but still a pretty good satellite presentation here showing the deeper convection is still with it. It's becoming a bit less organized as it's had some interaction with land. And the official track for the National Hurricane Center has this moving parallel to the coast and then eventually turning inland, moving north, taking a position pretty much due south of Nogales by late Wednesday or early Thursday. And so it does appear that the main circulation center, this will not come into Arizona as a tropical storm or tropical depression as some of our earlier models had suggested. But whatever the case, there's still going to be a significant push of moisture from this into Arizona. And the questions still surround exactly where, when, and how much rain we'll get. And let's just take a look at that right now. This is the rainfall outlook from the WPC, valid through next Sunday morning. Rain amounts in Phoenix anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches. And of course, heavier totals in the favored upslope areas further south along the international border as you're closer to the center, and over parts of southeast Arizona as well. We could see rain amounts exceeding 3 inches in some spots. There is always that possibility that a few locations could get even more than that. This is still a developing situation, so we'll keep you up to date as to what's going on with this. Okay, so let's try to get some better clarity on what's going on with this weather pattern, and to do that, we'll dive into modeling. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. This is the upper look at 500 millibars, or about 18,000 feet off the ground. All right, high pressure sits to the east of us. There's Ida now inland, and Nora is to the south of us by this afternoon. So down at the surface today, partly sunny, widely scattered. Showers and thunderstorms develop over the eastern mountains. They will try to push into the lower deserts. Can't rule out a shower or two making into the valley, but more than likely it'll be like yesterday, where we see some gusty winds and blowing dust, if anything. Highs this afternoon, still toasty though, 104 to 108. Slightly muggy conditions as well. Tonight, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms in the evening. They will dissipate overnight. Lows mostly in the 80s. And then tomorrow, deeper moisture is slowly making its way north now as the flow turns more southerly to southeasterly around that ridge. And we have a developing trough to the west as well, and that's going to help to pull more of Nora's moisture northward. So we'll see scattered showers and storms develop this tomorrow afternoon, and high temperatures will back off with increased moisture and cloud cover expected, highs 101 to 105. And tomorrow may well be the last day we are in the triple digits for quite some time, and that's good news. Let's go to Tuesday. Nora's moisture, the circulation center is now inland over Mexico, and that deeper moisture is going to be in here by late Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. So now scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms will be firing up. I think at least part of the day on Tuesday is pretty dry here, so we'll at least get some sun. But then the clouds will roll in and scattered showers and storms will develop, especially by the afternoon and evening hours. The question is, could we see a few strong storms as we have a developing trough to the west of us? Better dynamic support could come into play. That's something that we'll have to watch. You know, instability values are starting to increase here, and with that deeper tropical moisture in play, that's a possibility. But what we're really more concerned with is the likelihood of heavy rain by Tuesday night and Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, let's go to that. And this is the prime time. This is what we believe right now to be the big window, the best opportunity for rain here in the Phoenix area, that Tuesday night to mid to late Wednesday. And so Wednesday looks like just kind of a cloudy day with showers and thunderstorms around, periods of rain. It may very well rain most of, if not all, day. Now, typically when we see a tropical system coming up here from the south, what usually happens is it's just a cloudy, soupy day with just some light showers around, kind of widespread rain, but it's usually very light because what happens is these systems send just a ton of moisture up here, a lot of clouds, and that keeps away our prime source of instability, and that's the sun, those thermodynamics. But to the west of us, we do have this trough, and that's going to act as a lifting mechanism for a lot of this moisture to help to further trigger showers and storms. And let me show you just a few of the dynamics that we have at play here for Wednesday. These are the winds at 500 millibars, again, 18,000 feet off the ground. Pretty good jet dynamics coming in here out ahead of this trough from the south and southeast. So that should help to further add to the lift in the atmosphere and really wring out that tropical moisture. So we expect to see a band of moderate to heavy showers and storms developing Tuesday night and Wednesday. The question is exactly where does that band of the heaviest rain develop? How far north does it get? And will we be in on it here in the Phoenix area? And right now, the thinking is that we will. So that's why we are tailoring the forecast to really up our rain chances and our precipitation totals here. But this could still change. But that's how it looks right now. These are the winds, again, at 18,000 feet up. Now, if we look lower in the atmosphere, these are the winds at the 5,000 foot level or the 850 millibar level. You can actually see there's a little bit of a circulation center in the low levels that makes it north into Arizona at that point. That would be probably what is left of Nora. And so you have this sort of surface circulation that would just add to the instability and the dynamics at play to give us more possibilities for rain. But, this is still a few days out. And if this changed even slightly, if this circulation would be a little further east, if those jet dynamics would be a little further east, that would change how much rain we could potentially get. So we'll keep you up to date on that. And then there's just plenty of moisture around. That's not going to be a question at all. Look at these precipitable water values. You almost never see them this high, especially at the end of August or early September. 2.2 inches of precipitable water here. So the atmosphere is completely saturated almost. And so we will see the potential. If we do get rain, it could be very heavy in some spots, especially over the higher terrain of northern and eastern Maricopa County, parts of Yavapai, Gila, those favored upslope areas that we always look for. And that flash flood potential will be increasing as well. The other big story is temperatures on Wednesday, highs likely only in the 80s. How often does that happen at the end of August or the beginning of September? Now here's Thursday, and it does appear that at least some of the moisture will begin to shift a little bit further to the east. We're still going to go with a chance of showers and storms here in Phoenix for a good portion of the day. High temperatures, mid to upper 80s. By Friday, many of the models shift the deeper moisture into the eastern third of Arizona. We would start to dry out if this verifies. Partly sunny sky, high temperatures low to mid 90s. On Saturday, interestingly enough, this run of the GFS actually starts to bring moisture back in as an upper low, a closed low, begins to develop off of the central and southern California coast. Ridging starts to build in from the east, and the flow once again turns more southerly or southeasterly as opposed to southwesterly. Frankly, this is a bit far out to tell right now. There's just too much uncertainty. But if this were to be correct, we could start out the Labor Day weekend rather wet once again with scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. High temperatures warming back toward the mid or maybe upper 90s. Here's a week from today. This is Sunday, the 5th of September. And how about that? An upper low, a closed low sitting to the west of us, ridging to the east. A south-southeasterly flow. And so scattered showers and thunderstorms would be around if this verifies. But again, there's just a lot of uncertainty. And if you try to hang your forecast on a closed low a week out, well, that's a fool's errand. And let's go out 10 days. This is Tuesday, the 7th of September. Really interesting looking pattern if this is correct. Got an upper low that's just stuck to the west of us, ridging to the east, and another upper low or inverted trough over South Texas, swinging around the ridge headed our way. So again, scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms would be in the forecast if that's correct. But yeah, it's 10 days out, so we'll just have to wait and see. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix over the next couple of weeks coming off of the European ensemble, and the range is huge here. Got a couple of members that show nothing at all, and they go all the way up to 5 inches, and everything in between. The ensemble mean is about 1.5 inches, so it does appear, at least by a preponderance of guidance, that it will be wet for the upcoming week and perhaps even beyond that. And then temperatures off the European ensemble. Oh yeah, here comes the dip in afternoon highs after tomorrow. By the time we get to the middle part of the week, highs down in the 80s. That sounds fantastic, whether it rains or not. and then generally staying below normal all the way through the early part of September. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions, they are always encouraged as well. I thank you so very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. You guys be safe. Stay cool, stay hydrated out there, watch your kids around the swimming pool, and have yourselves a fantastic Sunday.